So example 4, the volume of a cone is, I'm going to stop right there. It doesn't matter, a picture is not given to us. If I see that I'm asked about the volume of a cone, I have to use the formula for the volume of a cone. So if the volume is 54 pi, that means V is 54 pi. So it's not find what V is, I'm telling you what V is. This is going to be a work backwards problem where we are going to end up finding either R or H. So I'm going to keep reading. Has a height of 2, meaning I don't know my radius, but I have a height of 2. So we're going to solve this to try to find R. Now normally I make you combine everything after 1/3 pi. None of that can be combined, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to divide both sides. Instead of multiplying something by 2, I'm going to undo it and divide by 2. So I'm going to get 27 pi. Now I do see a times pi, and that's actually on both sides. I'm going to get rid of the pi as well, so I don't have to keep writing it down. So if I knew what my radius was, I would need to multiply it by 1/3, which I keep telling you is the same thing as divide by 3. The opposite of dividing by 3 is to multiply by 3. If you are actually using a calculator, you could divide by 1/3, but I know a bunch of us aren't. So I'm just going to say the opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3, which means we end up getting a radius of 81 feet. Example 5, find the volume. So we're back to actually finding V, but hold up, this is not a cone. Always pay attention to your shape. It's a pyramid. Specifically, the base is a square for this pyramid. So I'm going to use 1/3 length times width times height. So there's nothing particularly difficult about this problem other than stop and read the problem and figure out what shape you're using, figure out what formula you should also be using. So when I do 7 times 7 times 11, I get 539. That number is not divisible by 3, so when I take 1/3 times that number, I'm going to get a decimal, and I'm just going to leave it as that decimal. Hey, Mr. Dresch, I'm not having them do fractional answers for any of these volumes that don't turn out nice. I'm assuming they don't show up on quizzes. He says they're not going to show up on quizzes like that, so we're just going to keep proceeding with these ugly decimals. Last one we're going to do here, back to cones. So I'm going to go back to my cone formula. 1/3 times pi r squared times the height. Always ask yourself what formula you should be using. And now I need to go find the radius. Now if I look at this, 4 is this entire distance. I've been given the diameter. I need to cut that in half to use the radius. So half of 4 is 2. And then I need to multiply by 5.5. I'm just going to go ahead and say 5.5. So I do want to point out that is the height from this top ceiling level to the floor level. So don't get hung up on where that's drawn. I just want to know height ceiling to floor. Doesn't matter where this apex happens. It touches the ceiling, so the distance to the floor is 5.5 inches. That's a lot to erase. That's actually not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 squared times 5.5, and I'm going to get 22, a number not divisible by 3. So when I try, I get a decimal. 1/3 of 22 is 7.3. So we'll just use that as our in terms of pi answer. And if I actually multiply that out, I'm getting about 23. At some point I'll end up writing out directions for when it's this shape, use this formula. But as always, when you do a problem, just stop and ask yourself, what